Alrighty, everyone. Welcome to the start of the Grid Finder Sports Car Championship here on Extreme Sim TV. And I tell you what, for about I think this may be the third or fourth time in Extreme Sim TV history, we're going to go sports car racing. And what a way to do it to kick off the month of the Sebring 12 hour. We start this here in Sebring in sunny Florida right now. We got three classes on track today. The LMP1s standing in for the Daytona prototypes. Then we're going to have the LMP2s followed with the GTE class as well. Three separate classes, one racetrack, 2 hours. Who is going to get the overall victory here today, and who is going to get your class victories? Now, some things to touch on. Your overlay today, it does have the different positions, the position order and the ticker by the class. However, I have not got the color code to work. Hopefully by the time we get out there next time around, it will do that for us. As we are right now getting ready to go racing here from Sebring. And right now out front is going to be Tyler getting the overall pole at the moment in this number 36 machine. Beautiful looking race car on pole right now. Overall, you got Alonso right there as well in the LMP2 class, second on the board. Trent has not qualified in his LMP1 yet, so it's going to be a little jacked up here in the qualifying order right now. We're actually going to bring up the regular qualifying order. It's just going to bring it overall qualifying as well here. Here is where everybody starts overall here tonight. Some of the numbers on the qualifying order aren't working, but we'll get that fixed as we go along. Again, sports car coverage, not something I normally do, so we'll get this tuned in by week 2. But right now, Tyler up front, Trent there in second. James McDonald, look at Jacob right here in his LMP2. And fun fact, LMP2, that's what I competed in the Daytona 24 hour back in January of this year. I've got a little bit of experience in this race car. Won't be running in the 12 hour. A fun car to drive nonetheless. And the problem with the LMP2s, they look so similar to the LMP1s, kind of hard to tell apart. And let's go see if we can find our pole sitter back here in GTE class here at Sebring right now. And that would be that Chevrolet right in front of you. That's the 62 right there on pole for that in the GTE class. There is your GTE class right there. That's the number 62 Apex sponsored machine. Tyler Parsons out there as well in his Chevrolet Corvette. Powell out here in another Corvette. Class of Corvettes here in the GTE class. Is anybody not running the Corvette? I believe all your GTEs, unless I'm missing one, is running the Corvette platform here tonight. So we might as well call that the Corvette class at this point. Kind of disappointing to see that. I'd like to see a couple of the other GTEs out there going at it. You got Tyler right there, Levi, and then down here in the LMP2 class, Andrew has not took a qualifying time. Again, 2 Daytona prototypes, just for the sake of argument. We're going to call them Daytona prototypes here today. Out front, Tyler and Trent. Nathan Block right there as well. And let's see if we can get the league owner in here. Do a little chatting before they actually wave the green here. Because I think everyone is pretty much done with their qualifying effort here today. And let's get David up here in the booth. See if we can talk. Well, we can't move David. Rip. Crap. Can't move him. Oh, well. Trying to move some folks, but can't do it. So we'll have to do some figuring around that when we get ready for our interviews here tonight. Well, folks, I'm going to step away, and when I come back, we'll be ready to go racing here at Sebring, the Grid Finder Sports Car Championship. on Extreme Sim TV. Alrighty, folks, back here at Sebring, getting the cars gridded up here, ready to go racing here for 2 hours today in the Sebring 2 hour season opener. And we're going to get ready to fire this thing off. First thing we're going to do, we're going to take a look at your starting lineup here from Sebring. And it's Tyler there, 138.90, alongside his other prototype counter or Daytona prototype in Trent Dinkle. Row number 2, we start with the LMPs. And again, this is going to be your LMP2s. Nathan Block and Izio there in 4th. James McDonald 5th. Jacob in 6th. Starting 7th here, Jay Daniels in his LMP2 ride as well. And go get this field to kind of circle through Peter and Jared. Niles in 10th. Dean in 12th. Alexander Russell in 12th. 13th, Marcus Hudson. Tyler Parsons 14th. Row number 8, James Graves, Levi Powell, and Andrew and Mr. Sheen right there as well. And rounding out the 19 car field, that is how they're in the 71. So, and hopefully everything works the way they should. This should be showing time. Nope, not going to show time for us, is it? Alrighty, this is a 2 hour race, estimated 69 laps because the timer is not wanting to work the way the timer should. But here we go. We're going to roll them off. 2 hours of racing. We know that much. We'll find out how many laps we're going to complete here today. And you're going to see the break-in classes start here. The 2 Daytona prototypes lead the field. Behind them, it's going to be Peter, Jay, all these guys back there also in the mix. 2 hours of Sebring here today. McDonald, Jacob, Jared. You got Tyler Parsons back here, taking a look way back there in the back at Tyler. Yeah, leading the Corvette class. Hey, we got a BMW. Look at that. One BMW in the GTE class. So at least we got a BMW out there representing. Go BMW, golf. Not totally my car of choice when I'm running GTE. Never. But as we get ready to rock and roll. So, fields kind of separated out. You'll see the portions of the field here as they come through. Very smart by the league to get them all separated out here. Shouldn't see no cautions over these 2 hours. Again, it's going to be basically the 2 LMPs or Daytona prototypes for the overall win, unless they end up in trouble taking each other out. That could hand it over to the LMP2s for an overall win opportunity with only 2 Daytona prototypes out there today. So lights off on the pace car. 19 total cars out here at Sebring International Raceway here today for the 2 hours of Sebring. Want to give a big shout out and thank you to Grid Finder coming on board as our partner here for the Grid Finder Sports Car Championship. If you're looking for a league on iRacing, look no further. Head over to Grid Finder and it'll help you with everything you need to find any league you need. And also, if you need a broadcaster, you can look us up on Grid Finder as well. I know myself is on there. Joshua Medlock from Max Speed TV is on there. Head on over to gridfinder.com for all your help and needs with that. But without further ado, let's get ready to get this Porsche pace car off of pit road. And we're going to go sports car racing. And again, this is a timed event. My overlay is going to show laps. Again, brand new to the sports car scene, so I've got to do some overlay work. A little bit of a major overhaul to make this work the way it should. A little bit more than I thought it would be, to be honest. But we're going to get this underway. So estimated laps here today is going to be 69. Something tells me we're going to go more than that here today, folks. And here we go from Sebring Raceway here today. Here we go, live at Sebring. Porsche pace car out front. Daytona prototypes. Yes, I know they're LMP ones, but I'm just going to call them Daytona prototypes for the sake of argument. Not confuse everybody at home. Here we go. Round one of Sebring. The Porsche iRacing pace car. Right hand turn down pit road. We are green at Sebring. Everybody is ready to rock and roll here at Sebring. LMP ones are out front. Everybody else is going to fall in line. Here comes the LMP2s halfway down the back straightaway, front straightaway. They'll fan out into turn number one. So here we go. Everybody working their way through one of 69. Estimated laps underway here today. Great racing down into turn number 3. We're looking at the LMP2 class leader. And Trent off the racetrack looks like something, possibly a miss. No, everybody's fine here. There is Trent right up there to battle for that race lead overall with the LMP1s. Back to the LMP2 class. James McDonald back here as well. And this is going to be interesting as everybody works their way through here in the LMP2 class. A little bit tight there. And that is Jacob looking for 6th LMP2. Jacob Money there is 5th in class. He'll be top 5 in class right now. Great run. And he'll be running 7th overall. We'll go check in on our GTE leader right now. Mr. Dean Russell right there behind him. And again, this is your GTE class. So again, that is the 62 leading in the GTE. You can see the ticker will cross over every time it goes to the 1. That is your class leader for that class. And you see Block right there leading in the LMP2 class here. And a nice little battle for the race lead here in class lead in the LMP2. Right now, it's Nathan leading. He's trying to hold off Alexandro and Mr. McDonald. They're in 3rd in class. And everybody off through the first few corners. 4, 5, and 6 right here. Great battle for position here in LMP2 right now. That's the battle for the class lead at the moment. And again, I apologize about the lap counter being up there, but we'll get that sorted for next time around, and we'll give you the actual time. But just so you know, we still have an hour and the 57 left in this race right now. Hour and 57. So early on here tonight, up front in the LMP1 category is going to be Tyler leading the way. Trent second. Nathan back there in the class lead of LMP2. McDonald. Andrew there. Of course, we got, 11 cars in the LMP2 class, along with 6 or so in the GTE class. The LMP2 mostly are more popular division here today. And man, what a night it has been right there Hal hanging on as well. Great run for him. Hal right now ninth in class as well, with 3 laps already on the board here at Sebring International Raceway. And right now, up front, look at that, side by side, battle for position right there. Andrew, I believe, is going to be involved in this battle. And great little side-by-side racing there in the LMP2 category. Off into 3, 4, 5, and 6. These set of corners here at Sebring International Raceway right now. A Canadian flag on that machine of Andrew at the moment. Down into the hairpin, hard on the brakes. Inside goes that CCE machine to take the spot from the 35 of Jacob. Move him up to P5 in class. Great out-braking move into the hairpin. Made it work. Great job and pass pretty clean, I have to say, for position. Nothing really dirty about that. Just outmaneuvered him there. And we're 3 of 69 complete here today from the Sebring International Raceway. And right now, a little bit of side-by-side racing. Still yet between the 35 machine. Looking to the top side. Hold the brake here. Not really a passing zone here at Sebring through that section. But he was able to hold on. And right now, 4 laps complete. And I'll tell you what we're going to do here. We'll get them back around here. What do y'all say we ride on board with one of these LMP2s as they circulate around Sebring here this evening? And man, what has been already a fun race here at the Sebring Raceway. Here, let's hop on board with that 35 machine of Jacob if we can. Take you for a ride around Sebring right here. So enjoy your lap around Sebring here early on in the Grid Finder Sports Car Championship Series presented by FASTR eSports. Sebring 2 hours, folks. I'll be right back with you. Enjoy your on-board lap here. Alrighty, folks, back here live at Sebring. Hope you enjoyed that on-board lap there. You were riding with Jacob there that lap. Hope you enjoyed it there. 5 of 71 complete here tonight from Sebring International Raceway. And we're going to try to get you on board some of the race leaders here with what is going to be about an hour and 52 remaining in this one. On board some of your race leaders out front here. Right there is that leading machine of Mr. Tyler here today. There's the 811 machine there as well. And again, great racing up front at the moment. Of course, the LMP2 class, really the larger class, out of the field here today with 6 laps in the books. 6 and 72 in the books here tonight. Here from Sebring Raceway. Great racing out on track. And folks, we're going to be right back in a quick second. I got to reset my overlay. Something is not working. We'll be right back here live at Sebring in a moment as we continue our coverage of the Grid Finder Sports Car Championship for FASTR eSports. Alrighty, folks, welcome back here to Sebring Raceway. 7 laps complete here. Sorry about that. I had to reopen the overlay. It was wanting to act up, but now we're back. Taking a look there at James McDonald running 5th right now. Or 5th overall, 3rd in class. Look at Jacob. Nathan leading the LMP2 class. Tyler out front, leading in LMP1 with a little bit of a gap over Trent right there behind him. Some traffic in the GTE category right there behind him. That is your GTE leader, Mr. Dean. Russell there second in the GTE class. Marcus Hudson representing the lone BMW here tonight, running 3rd in class. Levi Powell 4th in class. James Graves right now 5th in class as well. Right now, battle for position. Car out of shape there. That is going to be Jacob and Andrew. Great pass there through the first section of this road course and move Jacob up to 4th. And that 42 machine right now underneath the Corvette sign. Great racing right there. And that is for 4th in class right now in the LMP2s. Battle back to the inside, outside. Not going to happen. They'll have to fall back on line. Great racing through the S's here. And these two cars getting after it here at Sebring right now. 4 class position here at the Sebring Raceway. And big move to the bottom. Still double file. Clear. Give it to Jacob. P4 in class. P5 in class is Andrew. Mink right there behind him. Jay Daniels there. So 4th, 5th, 6th in the LMP2 class right here going at it. Battle for position again. Hard on the brakes here. Whoa, car stepped out a little bit under braking. He'll hop the curb. That's going to be a time penalty. He'll have to give that back up. Again, that's going to be a bit of a time penalty for cutting the course there through that section. He'll have to give that back up. And all this racing action that's going on right now, folks, we're only 15 minutes into this thing here tonight. We have a long, and I do mean a long way to go in this 2-hour event. And these LMP2s putting on a show here from Sebring so far. Of course, Nathan leading class right now. Got a bit of a challenge. Larzio right there behind him. 0.3 of a second is that battle for class position 2. Here today on Extreme Sim TV. Nine of 70 complete here tonight. the 9:70 in the books here. Estimated lap here against a timed race. We will run to the 2-hour mark. And what is interesting here between these battles up in the LMP2 class, which has clearly been the biggest battles on the racetrack right now, and you're looking at the battle for the class lead, the 881 and the 13 right now, nose to tail. Everybody else, the lead battles kind of separated apart. And coming up on some slower traffic here, they're going to have to work around that Corvette in front of them. And that's the tricky part of class racing, right? You've got to get around. And flashing the lights and the Corvette down. Ooh, that was dicey. Now they're going to work their way through, looks like LMP2 traffic as well. That got dicey there with the Corvette right there in front of him. Seen the lights come on, the flashing of the lights, like, hey man, move over, let us go. That could have been really, really bad for the drivers of the lead in class for LMP2. So they'll get this straightened out. They'll go back single file here. Behind them, all the LMP2 class. Look at Marcus Hudson there in that BMW. About 3 seconds off of class leader. As well. There's that Corvette leading the class. 62 of Dean leading. Meanwhile, up front, your overall leader here tonight, just smooth sailing for Tyler at the front of the pack. He's going to have a pretty good little gap here. About a 31-second gap over his nearest competitor for what would be the overall lead. Trent right there. You see Trent hanging on, doing a decent job here. Nevertheless, he'll be first or second in points coming out of Sebring today. So it's going to be a good points day. Bott continues to lead right in front of second in class, the 13 machine. So what have we learned here in the first, say, 15 minutes of this, well, a little over 15 now, almost 20 minutes of this race? The LMP2 class, incredibly strong, incredibly impressed with the LMP2 class. Just the closeness of the competition. There's the BMW going a lap down right there on your screen, letting those LMP2 class drivers go. Great maneuver between these guys to get that done cleanly. And again, after this race, we will be off 2 weeks. This is a once every 2 week series. And great battle again for position in LMP2. That is Andrew jumping up to 5th class position right now. And again, just shy of the 20 minutes passed in this event here for the Grid Finder Sports Car Championship presented by FASTR eSports here on Extreme Sim TV. Again, the Grid Finder Sports Car Championship will be here all season long. I believe it's going to be 8 rounds in total for these guys. Starting right here today at Sebring. It's been a pretty clean event, I must say, overall early. Pretty clean event here early on and early in this. And we had it off track by Hal. Let's see what happened here. Oh, just clipped the curb there. And counted as an off track. We're looking at some of the off tracks we've had. Yep, there, right there. Got off in the dirt. We had an off track here by Russell as well. Take a look at the 17. But overall, we've had pretty clean. Ooh, just got off, almost off track right there. See what happened to him. The guy's starting to push it a bit. And let's see what happened to him. He went down through here. Kind of kept his Corvette rolling. Good little corner right there, 11 of 70. They've completed 11 laps roughly in 20 minutes here. We've got another off track for Hal again, I believe. Maybe the same one, but nope, just went straight there, missed the corner. Hal having all kinds of problems. They're in the 71. He's going to bring her to pit road here. 4 fresh tires and fuel. This is not good for him right now. Hal right now last in the LMP2 class. Seen him have a couple of off tracks and then just missed the corner. He hasn't hit anything, which is a good thing, and that's a part of endurance racing. Getting that car back out there and keep rolling, and hope that somebody else makes a mistake here. Put you right back in this event. So interesting there for Hal. Alexandra, James McDonald. That battle for the lead in LMP2 continues. 0.4 of a second, your gap right now. And Alexandra just keeping constant pressure right there on Nathan. That battle for that LMP2 class. Block leading in the 881 right now in the LMP2 machine. And he has not gotten away. McDonald there in third. Those machines up front continuing to battling out in class in the LMP2 division. McDonald. Ticket money back here as well with Andrew behind him. Then in sixth in class, Jacob Mink, Jay Daniels, Peter W. Kaiser. All right here, and right here is Sharon. Leader in GTE right now with about a 5-second lead over that second place of Russell in the GTE category. Yeah, pretty clean out there is Russell here. Surprisingly clean here tonight, I have to say. Hal having another off track. Wow. Hal just can't get a break here. He's had 2 more off tracks. Same thing. Nope, he made that corner off in the grass here. Hal having a rough go of it. Hal back to pit road again here. Oh, and he's done. Hal is done in this event. He's going to retire. So rough day there for the 11. Lost it here. Car comes around. Didn't hit anything, but I think he's just going to call it a day. Brought her to pit road. Unfortunate for him. So he's going to be out of this event and will score last in class here tonight. Very unfortunate that happened to him. A rough day overall. Hal, unfortunately, our first official exit from the race here at Sebring. Right now, you got Marcus Hudson still in third. Funny enough, he's pretty quick right there. Comparable to Russell, your leader last time by. 2 minutes, and last time by 2 minutes and 0. And it looks like P2 had a rough lap last time by, ran a 207. Happened there, not completely sure, just a rough lap. Lost some ground to Alexander Russell. Russell right there in the 17, continuing to lead here in the GTE category here at Sebring so far. Nathan leading LMP2. That battle not going anywhere. It's a great battle right here between these two drivers. On board our chopper cam, you can see them coming around the bend here. Final corner here at Sebring, back to the front straightaway underneath the Yokohama sign into turn 1. And I will tell you what, Nathan cannot, and I breathe here. He's got P2 all over him. It's been that way ever since the start of this race in the LMP2 category. These two guys just getting after it right now, keeping the battle alive up front. And they'll head down. And I have to say, very, very, again, impressed with the LMP2s here today and the amount of racing we've seen here. Normally, you see a road race kind of get separated, but these two have just kept the pressure alive over the first almost 30 minutes of this race now. So we're almost 30 minutes into this event at Sebring of the 2 hours scheduled here today. And these guys just getting after it here. Nathan out front of Mr. Alonso. Been work with him. James McDonald there as well. Jacob Money. And fourth, Jacob Money hanging on. And what do you say we go crank it up sports car style for the first time? So, we're going to go crank it up here at Sebring. I hope you enjoy it. This ought to be fun. Crank it up from Sebring. Hope you enjoy. I'll be back in a moment. Monday night. Alrighty, folks, back here with you from the Sebring Raceway. Hope you enjoyed the crank it up here as we continue to run right now. You out there, we'll check it in on P2 in the LMP1 class. He's falling off of Tyler by about 52 seconds, and he's losing roughly 10 seconds a lap. He's just really off the pace here, is Trent, and really kind of struggling to get this car under him. Hope to see him be able to pick it up here by round 2 here in a couple of weeks. Just not gotten a handle of this machine at Sebring here today. And that 10-second gap, lap grows You know, good thing is, in class, he's going to come home second. And hopefully this class will grow throughout the year. And look right here, that battle in LMP2, it's still going on. Nathan right there in front of that 13 machine there for P2 in class. And another good race here between these two. And they're going to come up on some GTD or GTE traffic. That's the Corvette right there in front of them. Runs wide a little bit to let him go, but does a great job. Great job there, and everybody straightening it back out. And right now, Nathan and Mr. Izio right there behind him. McDonald, they're third in class. Mink, fourth in class. Jay Dangle is fifth in class right now. Here at Sebring, sixth in class is Peter W. Kaiser, and Jacob Money is seventh in class. Money on pit road. So after 17 laps, we're going to start our cycle of stops. So that is roughly exactly 30 minutes in a stint. So if that's the case, it's going to be just a couple of stints each here. So right now, 18 to 72 complete. As we work through the first stint here, Tyler still leads overall here this evening in the Grid Finder Sports Car Championship. It's very interesting to watch how this race is panning out here in the Grid Finder Sports Car Series right here from Sebring Raceway. Tyler leads Nathan right there in class lead of that LMP2 class. McDonald, as some of them have stopped, and it looks like one of them, the 13 machine, sneaking his way down pit road for his first stop of the evening here with an hour and 28 minutes remaining in this race. So he'll come down, 4 tires and a fuel on that LMP2 as well. He'll get back out there. So roughly 19 laps completed for the LMP2s, or roughly about 18 actually for those guys who a stop. Again, 30 minutes of fuel roughly is what they had on board for the first stop of the night. So you look at a stop with an hour remaining and then 30 to go in this race. It's kind of what we're looking at here from Sebring today. So it's interesting to watch. See how this plans out after stops. It's going to be interesting to see how this battle cycles out in the LMP2 divisions as we continue to fight through 20 of 72 complete. Of 72 in the books right now. Right now, 20 of 72 in the books. Tyler out in front, leading here from the Sebring Raceway at the moment. Tyler leads. If they're in second, Nathan, James McDonald, Jacob LMP2 class right now. And everybody's cycling through this first round of stops. There is your GTE leader, Marcus Hudson, 3 seconds off of him. That BMW has made up some ground in that machine. They're going to get ready for their stops here in the GT category. That BMW gaining on the Corvette in front of him just by a little bit. Again, he's going to have to take and knock about 3 more seconds off of that lead from that Corvette out front of Dean. D172 in the books. Taylor Parsons right there in third in class. Ooh, little dicey there with, looks like the 99 machine. Right there going by him. That got a little bit dicey of James McDonald. He was having to flash the lights and say, hey buddy, coming through. And that's the problem, right? They catch you so fast, sometimes you don't even realize they're there. As far as when you're a slower class driver. But a good job getting on the lights, letting them know, hey, I'm coming. Move over out of the way. And the difference here at Sebring to start the year, this round about 30 minutes longer than any other round we're going to this year. So you got to kind of pace yourself here in the Grip Finder Sports Car Championship right now. Again, round 1 of 8 here on the year. That's going to be interesting all night. As we continue to run 22 laps in the books here tonight. Again, of this timed race, not quite sure how many they'll complete. Estimated so 72, but we shall see how far they get. And what has been a really fun race so far here today for me, and we got a car on pit road. That's McDonald, second LMP2 class right now, and Nathan both on pit road at the same time. They're going to come down for their first stop of the evening here from the Sebring Raceway. And what has been a very fun race so far. Let's go take a look at some of your highlights early on in this race. Back on lap 14, pit stop started. We had a couple of off tracks for Andrew here. Take a look and see what kind of happened to him. And this track is such a technical racetrack. Easy to drop a wheel, run off wide, miss the corner. So many different things can go wrong when you're racing here. And yeah, I don't see it. And right there may have counted him off track. Not too big a deal if that was the case. Right now on pit road, taking tires and fuel. And Jacob Money has retired from the event, the 42 LMP2. We can go back and see if we can find Jacob Money to see if he's had an issue of some sort that would put him to retire. Not back on lap 16 of this event. So with 23 of 72 laps in the books here tonight, right now at Sebring Raceway, and working through our first round of stops. Of course, overall leader in the 501 machine, dominating here, or in the 36 machine of Tyler, kind of dominating here tonight. There is that 36 of Tyler, who has led the whole way so far here at Sebring Raceway. We were about an hour and 20 away from being complete here at Sebring International Raceway. And what has been a fun opening round to the Grid Finder Sports Cars Championship. Trent Ferrer second, Nathan in third in P1 for LMP2. The 7013 machine, James McDonald there as well. That gap for P1 in LMP2, about 6 seconds. Jay Daniels, though, gaining a little bit on Jacob Mink. Jacob Mink up there in front of him. That's going to be about a 2-second gap between those drivers. And then the lead in GTE right now, the BMW trying to chase down the 62 Corvette. Dean right there in front of him, and right now that's 6.5 is going to be the gap between those two drivers. Both those drivers having a very clean race. Marcus, of course, the only BMW in the class today, and doing a good job representing BMW here at Sebring right now. Well, folks, right now we've got an hour and 20 remaining. We rode on board with the LMP1 or LMP2 earlier. Let's hop on board with the BMW for a lap here at Sebring. Alrighty, folks, development here. We was on board with Marcus there for the ride-along segment, and he had some trouble, dropped the wheel, spun the car around. He's going to lose a spot in GTE. That'll move him to third in class. Just went around there. No damage to the race car, really. Just lost the car. Went around, got it straightened out in a pretty quick fashion. But that is what can happen here. You make one mistake, you're going to lose ground in this race, and it's so hard to gain back. That opened the gap there for the lead in GTE up to about 20 seconds overall. So that one mistake right there cost him quite a bit. And again, we were on board during that mishap here at Sebring when the car went around. Meanwhile, up front, Tyler leads this one. 21 of 72 actually complete. So everybody fighting their way through right now. Here at Sebring, 26 laps in here. And again, this is a timed race that will kind of let you know how many laps these guys have turned here at the Sebring Raceway. A little smoke up in front of our leader as he works his way through the overall leader here tonight. Mr. Tyler Dayton out front, and he is just dominating here over P2 in class, who is a minute 14 back. LMP2 been closest all night or all day. Right now it's a 2 or a 5 second gap, really the biggest gap we've seen for the lead in LMP2 between Nathan and that 13 car of the Lansdo, I do believe. I'm going to get with him on that. I don't know exactly how you pronounce that, but that was my best guess on it. McDonald there in third in class in the LMP right now. That is the LMP2 class. McDonald third. Mink in fourth in the 35 right here in class. That is just a few of what we're looking at here. And again, we'll be back in 2 weeks. We hit the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course for round number 2 on March the 21st. And then we'll head off to Detroit for round 3. And then the Watkins Glen on April the 18th for round 4. Canadian Tire, Lime Rock Park, Road America, VIR, Laguna Seca, Long Beach, and Road Atlanta, or Road America. This is 12-week season here for these guys. Of course, Road America or Road Atlanta, July the 25th, will be the end of this season for these FASTR eSports Grid Finder Sports Car Championship Series here on Extreme Sim TV. Meanwhile, Tyler up front in the 36, leading overall with 1 zone. Taylor Parsons moves to second in GT with the BMW. Marcus Hudson having the problem he had there, just looping the car. Again, didn't hurt the car, just turned it around. And he'll start working his way back forward. And folks, we are 13 minutes away from being through our first hour of this event here on Extreme Sim TV. Event starting roughly 2:35 Eastern Standard Time. Again, we'll run to 4:35 at the end of this thing. And right now, Tyler leads the BMW right here with some traffic on his back bumper. He's going to have to jump out of the way. Over the first hour, we've lost a total of 3 cars that have retired here. 4-second gap for LMP2. McDonald third. Jacob Mink, Jay Daniels back here as well. And again, these guys can go about 30 minutes on a tank of fuel, is what we saw them start the pit the last time here. So expect the same here this round. So about an hour left to go. We'll start seeing cars hit pit road once again. So we're just about through the first hour of this event here today. And what has been interesting to me is overall very clean first half of this race. We've had 1 car go around. We've had a couple of off tracks, dropping wheels. We've had a missed corner. No real big damage or big pile-ups or anything that was a red flag or anything. Nathan out front in LMP2. 4 seconds over Theo and James McDonald there as well in the 99 machine. Jacob Mink, Jay Daniels. Daniels leads in front of Andrew. And right there in class 5th and 6th. That is the race leader there, getting by him at Tyler. Overall leader in the red and black LMP1 out front. We had 2 LMP1s show up here today. Hopefully by next round we'll get some more LMP1s out here. Class can grow a little bit. Really good sports car league, folks. If you're looking for a sports car league to join, I'm sure Grid Finder Sports Car Championship presented by FASTR eSports would love to have you out here with them. We definitely got some room to grow in some of the rosters, especially in the LMP1 category. If you want to bring an LMP1 out here when we go in 2 weeks, make sure and look up the Grid Finder Sports Car Championship presented by FASTR East. So, you guys at home watching online here on the power of the YouTube, what do y'all think about the racing action so far here as we watch Tyler jump around an LMP2? And just to look at the speed gap there between the LMP2s, that's kind of crazy, right? And the LMP1s. And that's just insanity as everybody continues to run here at the Sebring Raceway. There's the 99. Jacob back here as well. And the 35, Jay Daniels, hanging on in the 999 purple LMP2 right now. There's Mr. Andrew Heater there, and hanging on there in 7th in class, getting by the BMW. And Marcus still running 3rd in that BMW. And what the issue here is for Marcus, I think, as we get later into the evening here from the Sebring International Raceway, and Marcus has got a long way to get caught up, I think. That's going to be the problem for him. Right. Ooh, Marcus, another problem. Caught the barrier right there, and Marcus's night starting to kind of dwindle away here. With an hour and 9 left here today. And if I'm not mistaken, we're going to be running close to nighttime by the time this thing ends in another hour here at the Sebring Raceway. And if we go into full night mode here, this racetrack is going to be a tricky place to run when the sun goes down here at Sebring. The 30 of the 72, 30 of the estimated 72 laps complete. Up front, LMP1, Tyler leads Nathan right now. LMP, the 2, this battle that we've seen all night. Well, the gap right now, 4.8 seconds between the 13 and 881 machine. And the LMP2 class by far has been the battle of the day. Really hasn't been that spread apart all day long. They've kept their battle kind of going throughout the evening. And the closest battle for a lead in class right now is between these 2 drivers. I think they're going to fight their way through all day long till we get to the end of this one. Those 2 not letting up on one another. And again, we head to, I believe it was Detroit here, we head to in a couple of weeks. We got McDonald right there in 3rd. He's 25 seconds off the class lead. Not too bad, right? Just hanging in there. Jacob there as well. There is a Jacob. And Mink in the night 35. Jay Daniels there as well. What a great run here. You'll see it show lap down on all the cars. That is because it's basing it off the leader instead of the class leader. So keep that in mind. We'll get that adjusted for the next round as well. A couple of things I got to get adjusted. Again, first time in a long time that I've covered any sports car action. All that will be adjusted when we go to Detroit in a couple of weeks. But right now up front, Tyler Dayton leads. Still in overall. Folks, we are going into the late evening here at Sebring. Track temperature right now 83 degrees, air temp 78, and starting to drop here the further we go. Track cooling off, gaining some grip. 139.775 for Tyler, fastest lap of the day. Right there last time by. So this track has definitely cooled down and gaining grip. Running his fastest lap of the day. And right there, even I think that was Nathan back here, a leader in LMP2, picking up the pace here the last time by. And that Apex colored machine. So with 32 of 72 estimated complete here from the Sebring International Raceway, we're going to be an hour or 5 minutes away from our 1 hour to go marking in this race. James back here, Taylor, Marcus Hudson, all these guys. And Marcus Hudson, the pit road. Again, he was running second in class earlier today. Got a little bit loose there, spun that BMW around. Now he'll bring it to pit road here. In the sports car championship here today. Cars on pit road once again here. So right now, as we run 33 of 72 complete, McDonald in second, Jacob in third, Jay Dangles in fourth, Peter W. Kinzer there in fifth in LMP2 class. Right now, back here with the GTE class, leading GTE right now is at 62, and he's got quite a gap over Taylor, who is behind him. Right now, of course, Marcus just coming down pit road in the 14 BMW and still on pit road right now, and has been on pit road in over a minute. His race may be over with as far as a win in class. Unfortunate for Marcus here. Had a great run earlier in the day. Was running inside the top two, spun the car around. In the evening, it just kind of went downhill from there for Marcus here. Unfortunate for him, still on pit road right now. I think what we're going to do is we're going to hop on board with the P2 position or P1 position and LMP1 for a moment. Let you ride on board, and we'll be back here at Sebring in a moment. Enjoy your own board here with the LMP1 class leader of Tyler. Alrighty, folks, 36 laps into this race, about 58 minutes to go, and right now, I hope you enjoyed riding along with the class leading LMP1 there through that section right here. A couple of cars have come down to pit road for their second stop of the evening as we continue to rock and roll. So we'll rock and roll here at Sebring International Raceway. And again, you're watching the Grid Finder Sports Car Championship. Jay Dangles, Jacob right there as well. And again, folks, don't forget, if you're part of the iRacing community, coming up the end of this month, we're going 12 hours at Sebring. So this is just kind of a taste of what you'll get when that event, special event, goes live at the end of the month. And I'll actually be racing in the BMW here at Sebring coming up for that 12-hour event. 37 complete of the 70 or estimated 72 laps to be ran here today. 57 minutes left on the board. Man, oh man, what a night it's been here for the Grid Finder Sports Car Championship. So right now, 37 to 72 complete here at Sebring Raceway, and Tyler up in front, leading here on Extreme Sim TV. Right now, Tyler leading in the 36 LMP1 overall here today, with Mr. Nathan leading the GT or the LMP2 class as well. The blinking the lights as he comes through traffic there. That's a crazy thing to be behind the wheel of one of these drivers. You have to blink the ruts. Here also. So right now, everyone hanging on at the moment. Right now, 38 to 72 complete. This time by everybody goes to tail. Nathan out in front at the moment. Thirty-eight to 38 to 72 complete here. And up front is going to be Nathan and Mr. James McDonald in front in the LMP2 class. At this class, man, they have battled tooth and nail. Nathan and James have all in the evening long. That gap's starting to open up now with the pit cycles and whatnot. Nathan's starting to pull back ahead. There for a long time, it was a tooth and nail battle in the LMP2 category. Right here as they run. And oh no, Alonso has fallen out of this event. Who was running second. I was missing him there. Sorry about that. What happened to knock Alonso out? Wow. Happened to Alonso, man. Go back and see if we can find out. Back on lap 9, he had an off track here. He has retired, unfortunately for him. 30s. Trying to track down what happened to him. Because he was up there battling earlier on. Right here, Izio. Trying to find out what happened to him because he had such a good run today. Wow, unfortunate that he is out of this event. Still trying to look to see if I can find what happened. That is highly unfortunate. He was running up there 1 and 2 in the LMP2 category for most of the day there. Now with 40 to 72 complete. Right now, as we continue to run here from the Sebring Raceway right now, out in front, Tyler leads. Dayton leads here at Sebring. Overall class leader right now in the 36 machine. Tyler out in front. The overall class lead right now, Tyler leading with Mr. Dinkle right there behind him, 1 and 2. That's your overall class leaders here at Sebring. Right now, Nathan continues to lead LMP2 right now. Looking at McDonald, they're second in class as well. McDonald, Jacob, J. Daniels, Peter, and Jared all there in the top 6 in class for LMP2 right now. Great racing right now. There is J. Daniels, Peter, Jared, all in that LMP2 class up front, still leading in GT. He is the 62 machine with Taylor Parsons behind him. And that gap has grown quite a bit as well. 1 minute and 4 seconds the gap for the lead in the GTE category here today at Sebring. That GTE category continuing to be kind of a spread out category up front. More and more people fall out of this event. Alexander Russell in the 17 is out. Marcus Hudson back out there on track. He's 12 laps down. It looks like he could still pick up 1 spot in class, which would move him back up to 4th if he keeps running. So he will come home with a top 4 if he keeps rolling here today at Sebring for the next 48 minutes or so. That'd give him 4th in class in today's race. Tyler up front. Nathan as well. So if we get ready to rock and roll here, everybody hanging on out front right now. Right there, you see it. Nathan, Tyler, everybody hanging on. Jacob, right there as well. Through a 72 complete here right now at the Sebring International Raceway. in 72 estimated laps. It is a time race, but that is the estimate the overlay is given for the amount of laps that will be completed here today from Sebring. Right now, as we fight through 43 on the board, Jay Daniels, Peter W. Kaiser, Jared Niles, Taylor Parsons there as well. Tyler up in front, that is Miss Dayton. And there, second, Nathan in third. Overall, leading what would LMP2 category. Very interesting race here today, I have to say. Overall, from the Sebring Raceway, we've seen a lot of battling in the LMP2 class earlier on today. Unfortunately, a couple cars fell out. It's kind of spread that battle out, but overall, a really fun evening here at racing for the Grid Finder Sports Car Championship. The 43 of 72 in the books here tonight from Sebring, and we'll be right back here from the Sebring International Raceway. Enjoy some Crank It Up here at Sebring. All right, back here at Sebring. Sorry about that, folks. I'd step out of the booth a moment, but right now, up in front of LMP2, right there is Nathan continuing to lead. Roughly 40 minutes left in this race. Right now, for the drivers of the Grid Finder Sports Car Championship presented by FASTR eSports, round 1, 2 hours of Sebring. We're down to the last 40 minutes. It's a sprint race, folks, from this point out. And Nathan right now, 45 seconds over McDonald. But we have a battle here between Jacob and Jay Dangles. That battle raging there, third and fourth in LMP2 category. Great little battle here, 47 laps complete for the leader. These guys have done about 44 or so overall, and these two going at it right now for the lead right now. 48 on the board, and Dangles looking for third in class. Great job. Ooh, contact. Dangles around into the tire barrier. There was contact with him and Jacob. Man, oh man, great battling goes wrong. We're going to take a look because there's a bit of contact there. Look again here. They're doubled up here and just clipped him there through the grass. Does a great job staying off the tire barriers. Jacob definitely got in the back of Jay Dangles. Then him sliding up the racetrack here. And that, my folks, is contact on a road course, capping it out of the tire barrier. Doing a wonderful job there. So there we go, contact leading to a spin. And look at where we're at here. Trent had an off track there just a few laps ago as well, back at lap number 43. Also in the mix here. Tyler off track also. So as we continue to run right now, 47 laps officially complete here from the Sebring Raceway. There was some contact between drivers as well as we get later into the evening here this evening. And you see Dangles right here, a little bit of a battle there. Jacob trying to fight his way back up to Jay Dangles. That is going to be for third in class in LMP2. That's had the by far best racing action all evening long out of the classes. LMP2 has been very impressive with their racing, and now the gap's starting to close again with 38 minutes remaining in this race. So 38 remaining in this event here from the Sebring Raceway this morning. These guys getting after it here, 48 of 72 on the board here today. And right here as we're closing in on what would be the end of this race battle side by side. Jacob and Pete, easy there, Jake. Goes in a little deep there into turn one, running that higher lane, trying to get the run. Jacob really trying to put some pressure on Dangles for that third in class position right here in LMP2 at Sebring Raceway. Looking to the outside here, he'll draw even down in through the bend here, and easy does it. Hard on the brakes once again. Double file. They'll have to fall back single file. You can't run too wide through this section. Ooh, nearly some contact again out of this LMP2 class. Just great racing. That time he'll get the preferred groove. Can he get clear? No, he cannot. Oh, tight off the corner here. Nice and easy. Jacob gonna get clear to what would be back to third in class. Now he's going to be 19 seconds off McDonald, who is second in class right now. And that is the way it sets right now. as these guys keep fighting their way through right now. Up front, 49 of 72 laps complete here from the Sebring Raceway. 49 of 72 complete. Nathan up front of LMP2s. Team with the lead right now. The gap back here in GTE. About 1:18 between Taylor and Dina right there as well. We're gonna come to what would be the 50th lap of this race here tonight. So, LMP1 driver of Tyler leading Dayton out front right here as we're coming down to the closing stages at Sebring Raceway. Tyler Dayton out front with Trent right there in second. Nathan Block leading his class. Everybody once again pretty spread out. Jay Dangles has dropped to 2 seconds off Jacob for third in class here. Everybody continuing around here. 51 on the board this time by. The 50 of 72 complete right now, and that is Nathan leading class in LMP2 right at the moment, out front, in front of James McDonald. Nathan and James McDonald out front here. 51 on the board this time by. So 51 of 72 complete this time by here from Sebring International Raceway. I hope you guys enjoyed Extreme Sim TV's coverage of the Sports Car Championship Series. Really one of the first Sports Car Championships I've covered since really early on in the channel's history. It's been a long time here since I've covered anything sports car related. I hope you at least enjoy it. I know it ain't been perfect. Still working on a couple of things on my end to make these sports car broadcasts something special. And throughout the year, we will be changing it up on how we approach it from here to July. Everybody's trying to learn as we go. Thank you to FASTR eSports for coming on board here. Of course, their truck series starts next Saturday. We'll be covering that also next Saturday evening. But right now, we've got about 30 minutes left at Sebring here for the FASTR eSports Sports Car Championship Series here on Extreme Sim TV. Tyler out front has led from the start of this race. The LMP1s, we had 2 cars start LMP1s here. And Tyler still leads. He'll get the win there most likely unless something catastrophic happens. Got a 2-lap gap. Think about that. 2-lap gap over Trent in second. So 51 of 72 complete here tonight. So right now out front, Tyler hanging on, Trent second, Nathan in third, and 5 laps into their stints up front here at Sebring. All right, folks, as we're looking about 30 minutes remaining in this event here today. So 30 minutes remaining here in the FASTR eSports Grid Finder Sports Car Championship here this evening. '53 on the board this time by. Tyler out in front, hanging on right now. So as Tyler hangs on to the lead, Nathan there in second, McDonald P2 in class, Jacob in third, Jay Daniels in fourth, Jared Niles in fifth, Peter W. Kaiser in sixth right now. W. Kaiser here in sixth. A go here from Sebring. So an estimated 20 laps to go from the Sebring Raceway here today. About 30 minutes of racing action. And what, I mean, it's just been such a fun night, morning. And, ooh, look at that. Peter off into the grass. He's going to go mow some grass right quick in that number 7 LMP2. But some fun racing out there. Jacob Mink right there in that blue and orange, purplish orange machine. James McDonald in second. 19 to go this time by. $19 to go from Sebring Raceway here tonight. Go this time by, and everybody working their way through here at Sebring Raceway. All right, we continue to rock and roll here, coming to what would be estimated 18 to go. 27 minutes to go in this race for the Grid Finder Sports Car Championship presented by eSports. FASTR eSports here. And Tyler still leads the way. He'll work his way through some LMP traffic right there. Great move by Tyler. Just keeping it clean all night. Has led most of the here. 18 estimated to go for Tyler out in front of this field. 26:55 left on the board here from Sebring. So 26 minutes left in this race. And man, what a debut for this LMP1 out front. Yeah, he had one car class to beat, but he has absolutely dominated the field as a whole. McDonald right there in second in LMP2, 52 seconds off of Nathan, who withstood pressure early in the battle as well. big problem into the barrier, and he is stuck. That is your LMP2 leader into the barrier, and he had to tow. Now he had he had a 50-second lead, and Nathan, after leading this race, is going to hand the LMP2 lead over. Are you kidding me? Nathan makes a mistake here with 25 minutes left. Just got a little wide, spun the LMP2 into the guardrail, and stuck. And the bad part there is he got stuck on that K-rail and had to tow that machine. Are you kidding me? That is going to give James McDonald the lead in LMP2. Oh, are you kidding me, man? That is just, oof. Oof, man. Oof. Nathan right there on pit road. Drops to third. Had a 55-second lead. And one mistake, and it's all gone away as he's still on pit road. Man, oh man. Developments here in LMP2 with 24 minutes remaining in this race. Wow. Nathan handing the lead over to James McDonald. Now McDonald, 16-second gap over Mr. Jacob Mink. But last time by, Mink was about 2 seconds faster in the LMP2 category. Mink closing down here little by little here in this battle for LMP2 here tonight with 24 minutes remaining at Sebring. The 24 minutes remaining at Sebring, and it's not over yet in the LMP2s. And that just proves it right there. One mistake. The 62 Corvette right now leading GTE competition by a minute and 36 over Taylor, who is Parsons in second. Right now, though, everybody hanging on out front is Dean in GTE class. Right now, Taylor Parsons on pit road for his final stop. They're on pit lane with 22 minutes remaining from the Sebring International Raceway in the Grid Finder Sports Car Championship presented by FASTR eSports in round number 1. So with 15 laps to go. And what a night it's been. 15 to go. Tyler up front. So, man, developments LMP2 late. Tyler up front. James McDonald right there leading LMP2. Took over that race lead as well. 15 laps to go estimated here at Sebring. James McDonald leads LMP2. Jacob and Nathan right there in third. Jade Engels and Jared Niles right there in fifth in class. Peter W. Kaiser there as well. 15 to go estimated here at Sebring tonight. Taylor Parsons, Levi Powell right there in third. Marcus there in fourth. James Graves in seventh in his class as well. Coming off pit road, that's the LMP2 class respectively. Also, he exits pit road there. A little bit of blinking problem with him. Tyler's still out front. Under 20 minutes to go. And the BMW off track there and trying to get it gathered back up. That's Marcus Hudson. And Marcus has had a interesting race. Was in the battle for the GTE win, lead, and kind of got spun around there, and it cost him also. So a couple of cars across the board has made mistakes here tonight. Got it gathered back up, but they have made some mistakes as Tyler leads here tonight in the LMP1 category and has just dominated. As long as he don't drop a wheel, spin the car, do anything like that, he is looking at a win here in the FASTR eSports series. So 13 to go here at Sebring. Alrighty, folks, as we come to 11 laps to go this time by for your overall leader, Mr. Tyler Dayton. Trent in second, James McDonald in third. Overall, McDonald, of course, leading the LMP2 competition here today. McDonald, great run for him. $11 laps to go here. Take it here with 11 to go. Right now, 17 minutes remaining this race for the Grid Finder Sports Car Championship presented by FASTR eSports. Round 1, 2 hours of Sebring here. And it's been a fun ride for the 2 hours that we've been rolling here tonight. Now we're down to the last 15 minutes of this race. And everybody just hang on to these cars for 15 more minutes. This being the longest race of the year. Keep in mind, folks, every other sports car event is roughly 90 minutes at Sebring here, but this, or not 90 minutes, this one was a 2-hour show. Been great so far with just 11 to go for your overall leader. No real battles on track right now. Everybody kind of spread apart. Right there is your GT leader as well in that Chevrolet Corvette. Hopefully we'll see a little bit more diversity here for round 2 in the GTE category. It was a mostly Corvette field here today at Sebring that we had 15 minutes remaining. Yeah, it'll be roughly 4:35 Eastern Standard Time when we shut this thing down. And again, I'm completely happy with this series and what we've seen today over the last hour and 45 minutes. It's been a lot of good racing. I've had to step away a couple things, or a couple things I need to work on for race two here for you guys at home to help you guys out a little bit more. But overall, I'm very pleased with it. Just absolutely tickled pink with it, to be honest. As we work our way through, you see traffic coming through. And with 15 minutes left in this race, I can't really underestimate how fast uh, Tyler has been leading all 61 overall here tonight of these laps. So Tyler has led 61 overall, has been up front all evening and keeping it rolling here. And working our way through. 10 to go here. In laps to go here from Sebring International Raceway. Tyler Dayton out front. That's there in second. James McDonald there in the lead of the LMP2 class as well. McDonald right there hanging on. Tyler out in front. 10 laps to go here. Donald right there in that 99. Jacob here as well. Nathan Black there in third. Jay Dangle is in fourth. Nine laps to go this time by. On 9 to go this time by up front. Tyler leads the overall field. Jacob McDonald still leading LMP2. Block there as well. Dangle is there in fourth in the 999. LMP2 as well. Has had a good run tonight also. So folks, let's do one more crank it up here from the Sebring International Raceway. When we come back, we'll be with you to the end here at Sebring. Alright, folks, back here again. Matt in the booth with you here. 8 estimated to go. McDonald still leads his class. Look at the 62, still leading his class as well. That is Mika right there, Taylor Parsons, Marcus Hudson. Right there also hanging on. 8 to go. Overall leader for this race. Under 10 minutes remaining here at Sebring Raceway tonight. As Coco, the broadcast pit bull, has joined us in the broadcasting booth. Maybe we can get her pit bull opinion of this race. I don't know how you guys would decipher the barks there for that. But, you know, you never know. We can try it. 9 laps to go. McDonald out front in LMP2 right now, rocketing around this racetrack is McDonald at the moment. And I tell you what, he's been doing a wonderful job here. Maybe he's got some McDoubles inside that race car here tonight as he rockets around Sebring International Raceway with 8 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the Grid Finder Sports Car Championship, round number 1, presented by FASTR eSports. The McDonald looking for the win here in class for LMP2. Team here would be looking, and everybody's kind of spread apart, folks. There's not really much battling, except for Jared here gaining on Peter. That would be for 5th in class in the LMP2 division. So they're kind of gaining on one another right now. But what has been a very fun overall race tonight, is they've got 7 to go estimated here, does the leader here in this event. And again, we'll be back here once again with more sports car racing here in 2 weeks as well. Right now, 7 to go right here. And Tyler up front leading right now with 7 minutes to go. Looking for the inaugural win in the Grid Finder Sports Car Championship. And right here with just 7 minutes remaining in this race. Seven laps to go. As everybody hanging on right now. 7 to go this time by Tyler, Trent, James McDonald, everybody up front right now. As right now, Tyler leads McDonald their second LMP2 category. Dean there in 3rd, Taylor Parsons in 4th, Marcus in 5th right now, and that's the way they run. So 6 to go overall for your leader, 6 minutes remaining here from the Sebring International Raceway tonight. 6 minutes remain. Tyler out front. Cars coming off of pit road in their final stop. That was Jacob just came down. James McDonald. I think McDonald is going to be able to make it to his to the end of this. He's on lap 20 of his stint with 5 minutes remaining. I think McDonald may be safe to bring it that number 99 on in with the without stopping here. As everybody hanging on here tonight, and really some fun racing overall. Everybody kind of spread out at this point, but that's what you expect. Started tonight with 19 cars. We're down to 13 cars respectively across the board. And right there at 62 still leads. Dayton right there with the lead. Trent in second right now. That's a 2-lap gap up in the overall lead. James McDonald holding on to a minute gap over Jacob. And that's another one of those that you're just like, wow. The 13 had his issues. Kind of set everything in motion for Jacob to get the win here tonight in the LMP2 category, as we're coming down to what would be 4 minutes remaining in this race. 4 minutes and 30 seconds actually that remain here at Sebring. It's been fun here over the last 2 hours of racing that we have seen. Overall, just, competitive. We've seen some mistakes on racetrack here today as we all continue to run. There's Nathan right there, and you got to feel bad for Nathan, man. Just, he was up front, gave this thing away, got into the fence. Feel so bad for Nathan. That was the moment that changed the race for him. Still going to be a top 3 in class here today for him. But in that 881, I know he wanted the win there in that the Apex Track Racer machine. 881 sponsored machine with 4 to go this time by, you guys. We got 4 laps to go from Sebring for the overall winner and leader, and we got 3 minutes and 30 seconds officially. So I don't even know if we're going to get 4 in. Might be more like a 3-lap shoot race from here. But man, oh man, so much fun over the night here from Sebring, and we'll do it all over again here in just 2 weeks. Keep that in mind. Boy, oh boy, what a night it has been. And a great successful opening for the FASTR eSports series. And again, Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course coming up March the 21st. And then we're going to go to Detroit, Watkins Glen after that on April the 18th. So we've got some great racetracks coming up here for the FASTR eSports Sports Car Championship presented by FASTR eSports. Well, out of turn number 17 there for Mr. Nathan Block. Again, the race just kind of went away from him here today. Still continuing to hang on. Tyler up front. You see him working down past the Budweiser Sebring side. Hard on the brakes. He's just hit his marks all night long. Really hasn't put a wheel wrong all evening in that LMP1. Which will most likely here, if nothing changes over the next 2 minutes at Sebring, that's going to lead Tyler to his opening round win here in the LMP1 overall class as well. Just a great night for him. So right now, 1:50 left in the LMP1 division here today. 1 minute, 50 seconds left on the board. 144, 142 as it continues to count down. So, fighting our way to the very end here with less than 1:30 to go here at Sebring. Taylor's going to get wide there. Tyler's going to get wide, and I'm wondering if they're going to give him the white this time. 3 to go, so it'll be the white next time by, because it's going to be when it hits 0+1, I do believe, as we watch Tyler lock it around Sebring Raceway. Should see the white flag fly this time by for him. What an evening here. I think he's going to clock in about 70 laps here at Sebring here in 2 hours. Down the back short chute here. Just keeping that car on track, not letting it slide off. That beautiful number 36 should be coming to the white this time by here at Sebring. 28 seconds remaining in this race. Keeping it on track here is all he has to do. Tyler out front. McDonald will get the win, it looks like, in LMP2 if everything stays the same. Coming to what should be your white flag to fly. We're going to turn 70 laps here. Time is expired as of right now. Time has expired in this race, and it's actually going to go to the white right there. So he will be coming back to the checkered flag here at Sebring. Tyler out front. Final set of corners. Pitches the car in. He'll come off the final corner, turn 17 to look at the checkered flag. It's going to be Tyler Dayton getting the overall win here tonight at Sebring. Congratulations to him. James McDonald will come through LMP2. When he gets back around here, looks to be James McDonald as we come through, cycling our way through. McDonald looking at the checkered flag this time by as he makes his way around for this final lap. 2 hours of racing has elapsed, and right now McDonald with a 27-second lead is going to come through to possibly pick up the LMP2 win to open the season in LMP2. And a great run for that 99 purple and black machine here today. Checkered flag will fly when he comes around. McDonald right there as he fights through, checkered flag in the air this time by just a few sets of corners ahead to lock himself in as the LMP2 winner here today. What a run for the number 99 purple black machine, hanging on to it great down the straightaway once again. He's got one corner to go, and he'll come through to see the checkered flag. Just waiting on him to get up through here, through the gears here. Take it nice and easy. Don't push the car. He'll come around. Final corner. It's going to be the 99. It's going to be McDonald to victory lane in LMP2 category at Sebring. Congratulations to McDonald. And the 62 getting the win here in the GTE category when he gets around. Great run for him. But let's talk to Tyler, our overall winner here today at Sebring. Man, oh man, oh man. All right, let's get Tyler up here in the booth. Hey, Tyler, it's Matt up here in the booth. You got a copy?
10-4, I do.
All righty, man. Just a wonderful job, bud, hanging on. You got the job done. You led from start to finish. You know, a little disappointing 2 LMP1s out there, but, man, what a way to start the season.
Yeah, I didn't expect that at all. I expected to have a couple more cars out there, but when I saw that what's his name was in here, he actually ran a faster. He actually was about a second faster than me, fastest lap wise. So he picked up a ton there at the end. I guess he learned the racetrack, and I can't say enough about the setup, man. Craig's setup shop. The thing was a rocket ship all race long. Is a little bad on cold tires. I want to thank all the other guys out there for being clean and giving us the room that we needed too. So,
Well, man, I got to say this. It was a good warm up for the 12-hour later this month.
yeah, I can't wait to do that now that I have a bit more of a feel. This is really the first race I've done in an LMP1 from start to finish. So things happen quick. I can definitely tell that if it relies on a lot of the other guys out there, because if they're not ready for you and you make the move, then you're going to have an issue. So, but all in all, it was a good race. Got to thank Mr. E Performance, Dayton Automotive, and Hendrick Collision Center for being there.
Well, man, you did a wonderful job. Congratulations. What a way to open up the year with a class win, man, an overall win, more importantly.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that.
All right. Tyler Dayton right there getting her done. We'll see him coming back. We'll see you here in 2 weeks, right, man? You going to come back?
Absolutely.
All righty, man. We'll see you in 2 weeks, my man.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's see if we can get McDonald. Let's see if that's McDonald down there in the LMP2. Let's see. Hang on just a second. We'll have to figure out where McDonald is. James McDonald. I'm going to take a guess here. Hey, hey, is this you, James, man? There you go. Hey, James, man. Doing all right, buddy. How about yourself?
Yeah, good. Good, yes. Yes.
We'll talk about the OMP2 class today. We probably had some of the harder battling in the class. And you come out on the top there after Nathan made that mistake. Well, what do you think about the race and the car and everything that went on out there?
Yeah, I mean, the car was good. I mean, I'm not new to this car. Like us as Team Schnitzel Racing, we've used this car multiple endurance events. I mean, on pace, Nathan should have won that race, really, but, you know, win's a win.
Well, man, hey, it's part of endurance racing is keeping that car clean from the start to the finish, and that's exactly what you did. Come home with a win here tonight.
Yes. Yeah, no, appreciate it.
Well, man, you got some sponsors, anybody you'd like to thank before I let you go, buddy?
Yeah, obviously Team Schnitzel Racing. Thanks to Gridfinder for broadcasting. We've got sponsor Free Bread Mate. I'd like to thank them too. Yeah, and also, actually, just quickly, we are recruiting. We are looking for a third driver. So anyone that's interested, hit myself or Jay up, and yeah, be great.
Alrighty, man. Well, congratulations, LMP2 winner here today, buddy. Congrats.
Thanks, Matt. Cheers.
All right, let's see if we get our GTE winner up here. Hey, man, it's Matt up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hello. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
All righty. Can you hear me a little bit better now?
Yeah, 10-4. I got you.
All right. First and foremost, and I hate to do this on there, how do I properly pronounce your name?
It's pronounced McKenna, but just to make it easier, I typically just go by Mac. Yeah, it's a tricky one to pronounce for sure.
Well, McKenna, good job, bud. You got her done. GTE category. From what I've seen there, you had a pretty good lead there coming to the end of that race.
Yeah, that just was down to just staying clean. I was never necessarily that much faster than the rest of the field. It all came down to just keeping the nose clean. The last stint was definitely a fuel mileage run. And I'm happy that my teammate Taylor there can get second. And it's good to have another driver that we can bounce back and forth on our comms and talk about what our the fuel strategy is and what the tire wear is and stuff like that. That helps a lot for sure.
Well, man, I tell you what, it was pretty much a Chevrolet field in the GTEs today. We had one BMW that made a mistake, but hopefully next week we'll have or in 2 weeks we'll have a couple more manufacturers.
Yeah, I think a lot of guys are going to pick the Corvette, especially for Sebring, because the track is so bumpy and the Corvette can handle bumps quite well. I can't speak really for the BMW. I've never driven it. I definitely on the definitely like the Corvette. We ran this at 24 Hours of Daytona and did quite well. I think we finished 7th in class in Daytona. So, yeah, Corvette's definitely the GTE to go to for Screeching Miss Motorsports.
Well, man, congratulations on the win here today in GTE. Anybody you'd like to thank, buddy?
Oh, yeah. Thank you to Gridfinder, our title sponsor, FASTR eSports, for putting this together. That's a hell of a job. And thank you to you as well for broadcasting it and getting it out there for everybody to see. And thank you to my team, my brother, David, who was managing the race for us, and Taylor, who put an awesome race in and finished second. So good job for everybody.
10-4, man. Well, again, congratulations, GTE winner here tonight.
Thank you.
Alrighty, folks, that's going to pretty much do it here. We'll see you in 2 weeks with more Gridfinder Sports Car Championship presented by FASTR Esports Action. Until then, everyone, stay safe.